The White House and Republicans clashing over demands for embattled White House advisor Ben Rhodes to testify on Capitol Hill now. This after he bragged in a New York Times Magazine interview about the administration promoting the Iran nuclear deal through the use of sympathetic reporters and experts. His controversial comments sparking a firestorm, and now the House Oversight Committee plans to hold a hearing on Tuesday. The White House not ruling out Rhodes' appearance, but Press Secretary Josh Earnest ripping into Senator Tom Cotton and various Republicans on the House committee. Listen.
With all due respect to the chairman, if he has an interest in a hearing about false narratives as it relates to the Iran deal, then I've got some suggestions for people that they should swear in. Senator Tom Cotton, who I know has a special relationship with the Supreme Leader, so maybe he's got some interesting insight into the deal that he would like to share with the committee. He said that the deal would, quote, gives them, meaning Iran, $150 billion of sanctions relief. Not true. Senator Cotton, wildly wrong or lying. And so let's have Chairman Chaffetz get to the bottom of this.
Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz firing back on Twitter saying, quote, Senator Tom Cotton will testify if Rhodes is man enough to show. Ooh, let's discuss this. Them's fight words, Harris.
Yo mama?
Right.
My goodness gracious.
I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah, but here's the point. He's right.
Yes.
He does need a lot to answer to, because first of all, he's basically impugned everybody who had anything to do with this. So he opens up the White House to scrutiny based on their deal, which we already know has side pockets and packages that we can't look at. So it opens them up to criticism in just how they got that deal done. And are there any really dirty, smelly parts that we might have missed that we need to know about? And were they whispered in the ears of friendly reporters, as he so put it? And who are these friendly reporters? And how friendly were they? And are their careers ending over this? I mean, this just opens, this is Pandora's box.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was a manufactured urgency to begin with. They kept saying, we got to get it done, got to get it done, got to get it done. And they were not telling the public the truth while they were still manipulating this deal and the backdoor deals and all of this kind of thing. So, yes, they manufactured, but this isn't the first time that the administration has intentionally told the public what they wanted the public to believe, and it was a lie.
Yeah.
Can we say Obamacare?
There are two different issues, and you're absolutely right. And there are two different issues here, Ebony. I mean, one is this idea that they created a false narrative, that they said that it started when the hardliners were not in office, there were more moderates, so they wanted to reward them with this in order to have a better relationship with Iran. But the other issue is this bragging that they're doing in the New York Times about controlling reporters. And it's this hubris, this narrative that we keep hearing within the administration where they just think they're smarter than everyone else.
My question is this, though. Let's say he does show up. Let's say he testifies. Let's say he admits and says, you know what, this was the biggest marketing scheme this administration has ever done. My question, though, is then what? I'm not really sure what they're going to do with that admission or that information that they're trying so desperately hard and spending millions of taxpayer dollars to get. That's just my question.
So here's what I would ask if that's the case, and he gets called up to Capitol Hill. And
About an issue we're going to get to later in the show about
my money that
cultivating.
way. I am.
Yeah, I mean, it's so what? So you get up there and you yell, and this is, in fact, what Americans are so frustrated about, that there's so much talking in hot air, but in reality, nothing ever happens,
They're frustrated and they're angry about it. And Josh Earnest, in the clip that you played, he's already started to deflect and deny and point fingers at somebody else. This is what they do. So if he goes up, they're going to try to get the truth out of him, but one or two things are going to happen. He's going to deny that that is the case, or if he admits that it's the case, he's going to come up with some flimsy excuse and hope that the liberal media just dismisses it.
But if they're spinning, it communicates that they felt like there was a need to spin something that was true. So again, my question is, what is true about this deal that you did not want us to know?
Yeah.
I want to know. But you don't just spin for the fun of it. I guess, except for maybe Washington, they do. Maybe it's fun. The battle over transgender bathrooms is escalating. Today, the White House is sending a letter to every public school district in the nation, telling them to allow transgender students to use restrooms and locker rooms of their chosen gender identity, and not what's listed on their birth certificate. While the guidelines don't have the force of law, the Obama administration warns that schools could face lawsuits or lose federal aid if they do not comply. The letter says in part, quote, as is consistently recognized in civil rights cases. The desire to accommodate others' discomfort cannot justify a policy that singles out and disadvantages a particular class of students, end quote. All right, so they took it to the civil rights type of protection, and I understand that. My question, though, is what are inherently, Judge, the problems with this legally?
Legally, as you said,